What started as a fairy tale wedding in the south of France has turned into one of Hollywood's most bitter courtroom wars. Brad Pitt versus Angelina Jolie. Millions of dollars. Private emails. A luxury winery caught in the crossfire. This is the inside story of the Chateau Miraval legal battle that has been raging since 2022, and why it's still far from over. Before we get into it, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive into Hollywood's biggest legal and celebrity power struggles. Chateau Miraval is not just a winery. It's a 1,200-acre estate in Provence, France, complete with vineyards, recording studios, luxury residences, and global brand recognition. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie purchased the property together in 2008, long before they were married. At the time, they were Hollywood's most powerful couple, and Miraval became both a private family retreat and a serious business venture. The estate's rose wine quickly gained international acclaim, transforming Miraval into a multi-million-dollar operation with global distribution. In 2014, Pitt and Jolie married at Chateau Miraval in a private ceremony that cemented the estate's symbolic importance. But just 2 years later, the marriage collapsed. Jolie filed for divorce in 2016. By 2019, they were legally single, but their financial and legal entanglements were nowhere near resolved. Among custody disputes, asset divisions, and confidential negotiations, Miraval remained one of the most valuable and contentious shared properties. Behind the scenes, the winery became a flashpoint. Pitt claims he invested more money, time, and strategic effort into building Miraval into a respected wine brand. Jolie, on the other hand, saw her stake as an independent business asset she was entitled to manage or sell. That difference in perspective would eventually explode into a full-scale legal war. The trigger came in October 2021. Without Pitt's approval, Angelina Jolie sold her 40% stake in Chateau Miraval through her holding company, Nouvelle, to Tenuta del Mondo, a subsidiary of the Jolie Group. According to Pitt, this move violated an agreement they had allegedly made, that neither party would sell their share without the other's consent. Pitt viewed the sale as a betrayal and a hostile takeover that fundamentally changed the control of the winery. In February 2022, Brad Pitt filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court. He accused Jolie of breach of contract and asked the court to void the sale. Pitt argued that Jolie knowingly sold her stake to a third party he opposed, stripping him of control and damaging the winery's future. He also sought substantial financial damages, claiming the deal cost him profits and decision-making authority. Jolie fired back aggressively. Her legal team denied the existence of any binding agreement requiring mutual consent for a sale. They argued that Pitt had attempted to block her from selling unless she agreed to restrictive conditions, including a non-disclosure agreement that would allegedly silence her regarding their past relationship and divorce. From Jolie's perspective, the lawsuit was not about business fairness, but about control. As the case escalated, both sides hardened their positions. Pitt claimed Jolie acted in bad faith, intentionally partnering with a company he viewed as adversarial. Jolie accused Pitt of using litigation as a weapon, attempting to financially exhaust her and maintain dominance over shared assets long after their marriage ended. The conflict didn't stop with Pitt's initial lawsuit. Jolie filed cross-claims, challenging Pitt's legal arguments and seeking dismissal of his case. She accused him of attempting to rewrite history and impose conditions that never legally existed. The courtroom battle expanded, pulling in years of communications, negotiations, and internal business documents related to Miraval. At the same time, the winery dispute became entangled with broader divorce-related conflicts. Jolie introduced arguments referencing FAA and FBI-related materials connected to their past disputes, though these issues were technically separate from the winery contract claims. Still, the overlap intensified public interest and added another layer of complexity to the case. By 2024, the legal fight showed no signs of slowing. Discovery battles intensified, with both sides demanding access to private communications, emails, and financial records. Each filing revealed how deeply personal the dispute had become, transforming Miraval from a shared dream into a legal battlefield. Then came a major development in December 2025. A judge ruled that Angelina Jolie must turn over private emails and text messages related to the sale of her Miraval stake. This decision was widely seen as a significant win for Pitt's legal team. The court determined that the communications could be relevant to proving Jolie's intent and whether she knowingly violated any agreement. The judge also ruled that these messages might not be protected by legal privilege. Under the ruling, Jolie was given approximately 45 days to produce the requested materials as part of the discovery process. The decision sent shockwaves through Hollywood legal circles. Private communications between two of the world's most famous actors were now subject to court scrutiny, potentially reshaping the direction of the case. Despite years of litigation, the dispute remains unresolved. Pitt is reportedly seeking damages in the tens of millions of dollars. Jolie has continued to argue that the lawsuit should end, at times emphasizing the emotional toll and the need for closure for the sake of their family. Pitt, however, maintains that the case is about enforcing agreements and protecting a business he helped build from the ground up. What makes the Miraval battle so compelling is that it's not just about money. It's about control, legacy, trust, and power. Chateau Miraval represents more than a winery. It symbolizes a relationship that once dominated global headlines and now exists only in court filings and legal arguments. As of now, Miraval continues operating as a prestigious wine brand, even as its owners fight over its future. The outcome of this case could determine not only who controls the estate, but also how celebrity business partnerships are structured moving forward. One ruling could set precedents for implied agreements, consent clauses, and post-divorce asset management. And the fight is far from finished. With discovery ongoing, more revelations could emerge, more motions could be filed, and the courtroom drama could intensify even further. This is not a quick legal skirmish. It's a prolonged war with no clear end in sight. If you want updates as this case develops, insider breakdowns of celebrity legal battles, and deep dives into the stories behind Hollywood headlines, make sure you subscribe right now. Because when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie finally face off over Chateau Miraval's future, you'll want to know exactly what happens next.